Hi guys, how you doing? Mac here. This is Full Time Devils MUFC Daily. Hope you guys are doing well. Now, I'm a little bit tired this morning. It is because only a few hours ago I got in from Old Trafford, but that's all good. That's all good. I've had about 4 hours sleep. I'm sure I can soldier on. There is some sad news though this morning. Obviously, if you missed the game yesterday, then Manchester United did win 2-0 with Mata and Fellaini scoring goals. Fellaini's goal towards the end, bringing some great scenes along. Guys, I can see your comments coming through as well. Nathaniel, Atif, Mohammed, Ross, Bavish, Grida. I can see all your comments coming through, so make sure you keep them coming through. If I don't read them out, sorry, but I'll try and read out as many as possible. So Morgan Schneiderlin, he's joined Everton. That's the main headline this morning for £22 million, with the fee potentially rising to £24 million. It's a fantastic deal for Manchester United in terms that we get most of the money that we paid for him back. Jose Mourinho has got us getting our full price and the right price for players now, because Morgan Schneiderlin hasn't played badly at Manchester United. He just hasn't played, and he'll go to Everton, and I think he's someone that will slot straight into their first team. You can see that, you know, they still play people like Gareth Barry and things like that despite his age. So Morgan Schneiderlin's going to go there, and I think he'll go straight into that first team. They've got Man City on the weekend, so it could prove a little masterstroke if he helps us out. And performs well, maybe even scores a goal. Very, very disappointed that one half of the midfield is leaving, because when he came, it was filled with such hope, such optimism. As Samip says in the comments, Morgan could have replaced Carrick, and that's what I thought when he arrived. I thought this is the guy to replace Michael Carrick. Morgan Schneiderlin, he had done so well at Southampton, and then he comes to Old Trafford, and you're thinking, yes, we finally got someone in this midfield that can come here and do that job, and he just hasn't gone to plan. Under Louis van Gaal, it was chopping and changing. And then under Jose Mourinho, he has played 11 minutes of football. Jose Mourinho was speaking to the press after the game, and he had said, on a human level, I'm happy for him. He gets to go and play football elsewhere, but he's disappointed from his perspective because he wants him to stay. People like Morgan Schneiderlin you need around the team. And he would have liked him to have played more, but he couldn't. And you hear this a lot about a few players here and there. You hear it with Memphis as well, that he would like him to play. Mr. Frozen Dragon says, what's happening with Memphis? You hear it about him as well. He would like to play him, but he can't. And whether that's, you know, he's just giving a little bit of shtick to the press and making it look like he wants to keep him, keep the prices high for his players. Maybe that's part of it as well. But yeah, Morgan Schneiderlin, he's heading off. He's heading to Everton. He'll reunite with Ronald Koeman, and I'm sure he'll do quite well there. Does this transfer mean Fosu Mensah now get a chance as Darren Wilson? I hope so. Fosu Mensah is someone that should be playing for Manchester United and getting game time. Of course, the likes of Schneiderlin in the squad are standing in his way, and now one of them's gone. He moves up in the pecking order, and there's still quite a few players there. And when you look at the fact that Schneiderlin has gone, Schweinsteiger has been reintroduced to the squad this season, and it didn't look like he would. So it all depends. It all depends, to be honest. I hope he does well at Everton, just not against United. I agree with that one. What do you think about Fellaini? Says MD. I don't think he should be playing in the first 11 week in, week out, but he can be a squad player. Samuel says, do I think Schneiderlin was United quality? I think under the right, maybe under a manager that liked him a little bit more and put his arm around him, and yeah, he could have done great, but I don't think he was nasty enough for us. In terms of someone that, I don't know, I just maybe he was too nice. Is that a bad thing? I think he can be. Essentially, especially as a central midfielder. Which position do you play in, Adam? Says Abhishek. When I play football, I used to play on the left wing, and then my knees went, but I'm a left winger or a striker. Don't mind playing there. Do we buy a new midfielder? Hades 102. I don't think so. I think we go with what we've got until the end of the season now. Even at centre half, like, there's talk about Victor Lindelof and all that. I'm not really asked if we get Victor Lindelof. at Manchester United. Do we really need to buy him? Probably not. Would it be nice? Yes. When you got Smalling, Rojo, Jones, one injury to one of them, and we're a bit light until Eric Bailly comes back. But yeah. Need Luke Shaw back ASAP. Left back looks dodgy, says St. Columbo. Yeah, man, we do need Luke Shaw back ASAP. Matteo Darmian played there yesterday. Whipped a great ball in for Fellaini towards the end, but his game was hit and miss. He wasn't great throughout the match. At left back, defensively he's sound. Going forward, he isn't great. He doesn't give us much going forward at all. Well, and you just miss Luke Shaw when he's not there at left back. That's why I hope Jose Mourinho is doing what he did with Mkhitaryan and Martial, in holding him back a little bit, letting him probably catch up with the way he works before he reintroduces him to the team. But Luke Shaw is someone that we need to keep faith in. One of the younger players in the squad, and we need to keep a hold of him. We need to make sure Luke Shaw stays at Manchester United and develops and fulfills his potential, because he's a fantastic player. Yes, he had that leg break here, but there's been times when he's been incredible for us as well. So we need to give him a chance. Players like Luke Shaw, we really do need to give a chance. Tony V is making right back his own. He's playing fantastically this season. I agree with that as well. Canvarrea replaced Valencia. He's left, hasn't he? And he's suffered a huge injury when he did leave. So hopefully he's getting better and he's on his way to recovery. But it's looking like that one's not happening. Billy is watching live from Turkey. What are your thoughts on Memphis, Adam? I would love him to stay and do well at Manchester United. It's difficult for him. Anthony Martial makes it difficult for him. It's hard to take Martial out of that left-hand side position. But again, Memphis should have been getting chances, should have been playing in the team. And when you look at Rojo and Jones and they're getting chances, and you think the position they were in, they were a laughing stock, then you've got to ask, are these guys doing anything right or wrong? Rather, what are they doing wrong? What do you think's happened with Rooney when he breaks the record? I think Rooney may stick around, maybe not for long. I can't see him being happy sitting on the bench, especially when there's countless other teams around the world that are offering huge bucks to go there. I can't see him being happy to sit on the bench for 3, 4, 5 years like Ryan Giggs did. But yeah, man, I don't mind. What happens with him? Can Basti and Carrick start together? Artava says, didn't we start them against Arsenal last October? October 2015, and we got absolutely roasted under Louis Van Gaal. Do you remember that? Oh, that was a bad day. So yeah, I'm not sure about starting them together. Any of you guys watched the game yesterday? Fan cams are up, by the way. The game, United won 2-0. I'm sure you've seen the score by now. And it was a difficult game. Marco Silva's got them playing really well. Hull, they were very well organised, and you're thinking they come in here with 6 players on the bench. Are they going to be on it? Are they going to be ready for this? But it was a semi-final for them. Yes, they may be down and out in the Premier League, but they're battling, man. And they're looking okay under Marco Silva. I think it could give him a chance of staying up if he gets some players in this transfer window. United played well, but not good enough. We didn't really have enough about us. Yes, Mkhitaryan had 2 clear-cut opportunities that he should have scored. He didn't score. But in the second half, we were a lot better. We had that intensity to our game. The crowd woke up a little bit rather, as well. And we had the bit between our teeth a little bit more. The Mata goal, he deserved that goal. He's been incredible for Manchester United since we signed him, hasn't he? Absolutely incredible. Juan Mata has been another crucial goal. He's levelled up with the amount of goals he scored at Chelsea as well in less games. He's been fantastic for Manchester United, and it was another crucial goal for him, another crucial goal for Marouane Fellaini. He gets stick and all that, and yes, some of it may be warranted when he has bad performances and stuff, but some of it is over the top. And he comes on, he gets a goal, runs over to the manager, and that shows you the manager's got this player and this team playing for him. We've got a great team spirit at the moment, a great spirit amongst the fans. And it was a little bit flat yesterday. Maybe the crowd, the players, everyone had one eye on that big game against Liverpool on Sunday, where if we beat them, we go 10 games on the trot with one. And I think it'll be like 17 unbeaten. This has been a great run. Hamdeep says thoughts on the Liverpool game. Thoughts on that Liverpool game is it's a massive game, the biggest game of the season so far. If we win that, 10 games on the trot we've won, and we're right back in it, I think, because 2 points off Liverpool we're already 3 points off Arsenal, Spurs, City. So everything's closing up quite quickly at the top of the table. And I think once we get in that top 4, we can start to look at Chelsea and start to try and close the gap between us and them. Maybe it's gone too far. Maybe, yes, Chelsea may have it, but I don't think it's over, and you can't give up, because then what have you got to fight for? Nothing. I don't want to be fighting for 4th place. We're not Arsenal. So, yeah, man, I do think it's still on. I think it can happen. I don't think it will happen, but I think it can happen. And while it still can happen, you got to believe it will. So, keep going for it, man. Replacement for Valencia, I haven't even thought about that. Rendy and Mohamed asking at the same time. I haven't thought about a replacement for Valencia. He's looking good at the moment. We don't need a replacement for him. Guaranteed Wembley trip. It looks like it at the moment, but let's not count our chickens, eh? Let's not count our chickens. Right, guys, I'm going to get off in a few minutes, but before I go, I'll recap everyone on that Morgan Schneiderlin news. Morgan Schneiderlin will join Everton. Now, there's been no medical yet, so the move is pending a medical and signing a contract. But a £22 million deal has been agreed between the two clubs, Man United and Everton, to see Schneiderlin join Everton ahead of their game against Manchester City at the weekend, with his old boss Ronald Koeman. The deal for 22 million, which should rise to 24 million, will see Manchester United recoup 24 of their 25 million pounds that they spent on him, which will be a great bit of business for Manchester United. And of course, Morgan Schneiderlin will leave. It will be disappointing to see him leave after the hope that he came into with, but it's the best move for all parties involved, I think. And yeah. I hope he does well there. Not against United, but I really do hope Morgan Schneiderlin does well. One half of the midfield has gone. We have still got Basti though, and he is back in the squad, so I'm sure that's one positive about it all. Guys, I've been Adam McCullough. This has been Full Time Devils. Thank you for joining us this morning. Yeah, make sure you go and check out the fan cams right now. The fan cams are up. Go and check those out. And of course, while I've got you here, guys, I've got a YouTube channel. Subscribe, youtube.com/AdamMattCola. Go and subscribe. I've got loads of content over there as well. For now though, and as Ewan says, in the famous words of David Vujacic, have a nice